good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. That's right. It is a Monday night, 8 o'clock. It is April 22nd. And I'm going to talk about my weekend really briefly. Friday I went to Bayside, hung out there, spent most of the weekend auditioning. I sent in a couple of auditions and I'm learning lines. I have some scripts that people sent me, and I'm very blessed that I booked 3 roles for indie projects and have to learn my lines. And yesterday I was at my sister's. We did like a slider night. We had hamburgers and pulled pork and like roast beef, and it was a slider night and at my sister's. And then I came here to beautiful Paradise Studios where I joined the boys of Limo Talk, Graz, Richie, and Bobby, and it was just nice to be back after a long time of being away. And I love the guys, and I always love being there with them. So shout out to Limo Talk and all the guys. All right, listen, I also want to say that Murdered by the Mob, if you haven't seen it yet, come see it, okay? It is the longest running murder mystery show in Manhattan. There's me as Bunny, and Ralph Bracco is there as Vito. And it is like going to an Italian wedding. Someone gets whacked. You eat, you sing, you dance, you drink, and you got to figure it out. A lot of audience participation. It's so much fun. So go to murderedbythemob.com. We're doing pretty much 2 shows every month up until I think August. So just go to the website. And when you come to the show, let me know you're there. All right, so listen, I have a friend of mine in the house from Staten, Italy, all the way from Staten, Italy. He's a writer, director, actor, producer. My friend Omar Moore is here with me. Yes. Hello.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Or better known, I call him Dimples because he's got such great dimples. But so thank you for taking the ride.
Thank you for inviting me.
I appreciate it. I told you get here early.
Yes,
because
indeed.
then you hit less traffic on the belt in the Southern State. It's a pain in the behind. But it's always nice to have someone in person.
Right.
It's a lot nicer than virtual.
Yes.
So I want everyone to get to know you because you're very talented, my friend.
Somewhat.
Come on. You're so modest. Mm-hmm. Are you originally from Staten Island? Where'd you grow up?
No, actually, I grew up in Brooklyn.
Okay, Brooklyn boy?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, Brooklyn, East New York, Brownsville.
Yeah.
Rough neighborhoods.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
And then you moved to the island of Staten.
No, actually, I moved down south.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
you got out of New York for a while.
Yes, I used to live in Savannah, Georgia.
I love Savannah.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes, I lived in
Georgia.
Georgia.
But most of your schooling was up here?
Was here, yes.
So middle school, elementary, high school, everything was here.
Yes.
Okay, so while you were in school, like, were you part of the arts or were you part of the athletics? Where did your wheelhouse land in school?
The funny part was that in school, I was mostly into football, basketball, all the sports stuff.
Yeah. So you played like most of them, right?
Yeah.
So you're an athlete.
Yeah, I was always fascinated though with, the acting and music.
Because I'm sure they put on shows in school and chorus and stuff, but you never like dabbled.
It's
back
funny
then?
because I thought they were the nerds then because I was a jock, playing sport. But little did I know that I was going to, pivot.
Yeah, yeah, because I know in my high school, the jocks actually one year participated in what we call sing, one of the
Right.
sing shows.
Right.
And I have to say, they did pretty good because they are athletic and flexible. They were able to do some of the moves.
Yes, hidden talents. That's what
Speaking
it
about
is.
moves, let's talk about your moves, okay?
Oh.
Because this man can dance, okay? You do many forms of dancing. You can
Yes.
do ballroom, break dancing, freestyle, disco was my back in the day, disco girl. You could do hip hop, jazz, line dancing, pop locking. I can't do that. I wish I can. Salsa, swing, hello, tango, and tap.
Yes.
Now, you're talking to a girl who took like 14 years of tap dancing lessons. I love tap.
Yes.
Love it. And my dream was to like tap dance with Gregory Hines before I died.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would have.
But unfortunately, he passed, and I'm not going to get that opportunity. But
Yes.
I could hoof it.
Hey, listen, I was the one that was the bottle caps under the shoes and, trying to get my tap on.
Yes. Yes. Did you have a favorite out of all that? Because like me, it's tap. I love to make noise.
I would have to say the swing.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I
I
love
love the
that.
energeticness of it.
Yeah.
The swing, and I would say the tango as well because it's so romantic and
Yes,
sexy.
passionate.
Yeah. So I would have to say.
Now,
also.
I know you did this, but did you didn't do any kind of competing? Did you?
No. I mean,
Yeah.
I've learned, some
But it's
of
nice
it,
that you have like a plethora of different various dances in your back pocket. It's
Yeah, well,
nice.
growing up, I mean, especially where I was at, you learned all these different styles from dance classes to watching other people do it, and you pick it up. You pick it up very quickly.
Yeah. You're a fast learner. Learner. Okay, so what came first, chicken or the egg? The acting, the directing, the writing? Oh, what came first?
It was actually the acting.
Really?
Yeah. My mother was a writer,
Okay.
and
That explains a lot.
it always was in me, but I didn't have the confidence yet. And I always was more fascinated with the acting aspect.
Yeah.
So I remember doing a play by a woman named Nellie King. And she gave me a part of a Jamaican derlick. And I remember the first time going on stage, it was a packed house of 500 people in there.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, it was funny. And it was crazy because I played opposite of this other woman who, she was a seasoned actress.
Yeah.
But when we were going out there, her hands was sweaty,
Sweaty?
like she had
That's
poured water
nerves.
into it.
Yeah, that's the nerves.
And when I knew that this was for me,
Yeah.
is when she jumped to her last line, when she's supposed to open the door and greet me, and she jumped to her last line.
Wow.
And I swear my eyes were like
Like a deer in headlights,
I was
right?
like, oh my God.
Yeah,
But
because now the improv comes in. You're like, okay, now what do I do? Because there's so much backpedaling you can do in that situation.
that's when I found out that this was for me because I was so calm about it, and I just threw her lines that brought her back.
Oh, that's great.
And then we settled down and got through it.
Right.
When we got off the stage, I told her otherwise. I was like, don't you ever do that to me again.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure she didn't mean to, but sometimes
Yeah.
your nerves get the best of you, and you're like,
Yes.
you could skip, jump, forget. I mean, it happens. But that was a great recovery.
Hey, listen, like I said, that's when I knew this is for me,
So
This
theater
is
was your first.
absolutely.
gig.
I love the theater.
Love the theater.
Love the theater. Now I see why so many actors,
Yeah.
they go back.
Yes.
to
Yes,
theater.
because that's where I started too. The
Yes,
stage.
it's
There's
nothing like
it.
yes, nothing
like live
it.
theater. I know.
To
I know.
enhance, it enhances your skills
Yes.
and your ability to be able to jump into
Pivot.
lines. Yeah.
Pivot. Yeah. Well, speaking about theater, I want to talk about what you did this past weekend because we have a post of promises. You just did this past weekend Gladys Cummings' play called Promises We Can't Keep. And I think that's the second. There it is. Promises We Can't Keep. Just keep that up a second. So this was a play that was in Connecticut this past weekend. You did Friday. You did one show. Saturday you did 2 shows. Now, when was the last time you actually did a play and was on stage? Thank you.
I would say about 5 or 6 years ago, right before COVID.
Right.
And it was a play of mine that I had wrote dedicating to my mother called Back in the Days. And that was the last time. But when Gladys called me and asked me would I come in and play the part, I was like, yes. I said definitely, because I had done something with her about 10 years ago, a play she had done.
Was that the very, very, very first play she ever did called Prayers Change Things?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that was about 12 years ago.
Yes, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
She writes very spiritual.
Yes.
It's more like a gospel, like a gospel play.
Yes.
You know, and her. I know her thing is to leave the theater very uplifted. And enlightened. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So
it was amazing, and I tell you, the singers. And it was Lisa Bellamy, Yvette Early, Tashana Perry. The singers, the girls were amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the other actors. I brought 2 of my fellow New Yorkers.
Yes,
I brought Jamie and Kevin A. Coleman with me up there, and they had the talented mother Charlene Perry, and we went out there and showed out, and the audience was amazed.
Yeah,
it was a great crowd, great weekend.
Now, when you did the first play with her, Prayers Change Things, did you tour with the...
Yes, actually we went to 2 or 3 different locations.
Yeah. And she's hoping to do it with this as well.
Yes, she already actually called me and was like, I'm looking to do more. Yeah, she's like, I'm looking to do more stuff. So I said, yeah, well, get to me early so I can...
What theater was that in Connecticut? Because I want to give it a shout out.
It was Music Back Then. It was MBT.
Okay.
In Connecticut.
Yes, which is a nice, beautiful
New
theater.
Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, and you said it seats like 200 people or something, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice venue. So, how nervous were you on Friday?
You know what? I wasn't nervous because, I actually helped her with directing it and everything.
Good.
So, you know what? Theater and stage is like a calm place for me, So I'm more like getting everybody else ready and getting them positioned and everything. And then, I just walk out there and do what I do. So it's a calming place.
It was a great weekend.
Yes.
You had a great turnout. It was a great play. I heard, I'm sorry I couldn't get there, but I heard wonderful things about it. And I'm hoping, if she does other shows, I'd love to come see it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I have to give a quick shout out to my makeup artist, Crystal, who traveled all the way out there, to came and support us. She took a bunch of video and pictures. So it was nice. It was nice.
Good. That's great. No, there's nothing like you said, there's nothing like live theater. There just isn't. There just isn't. It's that gratification that you get like on the spot, and you're doing it or you're not doing it.
Hey, listen, and that crowd will talk back to you and let you know. Yes.
That's so cool. All right, so listen, again, writer, director, actor, producer, more with Omar. When we get back, we'll be back right after this. Don't go away. Stay right there.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought. All right, so we are live, Paradise Studios, New York. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. Woo!
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Ttime on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Let's give some shout outs to Michael Norton and Ann. And John's watching. I think he's in Staten Island.
That's right.
Bruno, I'm sure. Greg DiFilippo's watching. Thank you everyone for watching my show. Please like it. Please share it. I'm with Omar Moore. He is not only a writer, he's not only a director. He does everything. He acts, he produces, the man does everything. And, we're talking about his career, how he started in acting and on the stage, because there's nothing like live theater. And so when you said you wrote a play, the first play you had written, you said was about your mom.
No, actually, that was the first musical.
Oh, the first musical
I ever wrote. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you wrote songs too.
Well, I didn't write all the songs.
Okay.
I had a little help
Some of
doing
them?
it.
Yeah.
But the storyline and everything I wrote was for, my mother loved the 50s area, the
me
50s
too.
eras. And I wrote about a young lady who was very talented in singing, and her mother was a past singer, and tries to warn her about the industry and, all the dangers of it.
Yeah.
But as you know, today children are very cocky and stuff. So she doesn't listen to her in an argument with her mother. She falls and hit her head, and when she wakes up, she's back in the days where Etta James, Frank Sinatra, all these big time singers.
I love
and
it.
she finds out very quickly that they don't give up their spot in the limelight to just everyone. So
Oh, I love it.
yeah.
I love it. Okay, so let's talk about your career in the movie industry. And we'll pivot a little bit because what was the first thing you did? I have here you did Whatever It Takes, the movie When Blood Runs Cold. You directed it, you acted in it, you produced it, you wrote it. But is there anything that you did before that I do not have? Because let's face it, there's a lot of things that I know you did that I don't have. So
No. I mean, my actual first movie role was Whatever It Takes. That I was,
it was.
my hands were in everything.
Yes.
Along with a Sean Cornelius.
How hard is it to wear that many hats, though? I mean, look, I act. I show up, I act. I did write a short film, which I'm hoping to film one day. But I don't know. It's like juggling.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's still a learning process for me, going through everything and trying to learn all the different dynamics of it. And I have to say that I have a very good team of people that I'm working with.
Yeah.
And, JV.
Shout out to JV.
He,
He's got to come on the show.
him and Don has been teaching me a lot about behind the scenes of things that I need to learn,
Right.
stuff that you need to do. And what the thing is that you have to want to be open to learning and not have an attitude about it, who this person think they are, telling me this and that. But
don't have tunnel vision.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I've learned a lot going forth. And it just helps me be more creative going forward.
You're an extremely creative man. You really are. As a matter of fact, 2021, you did COVID stories.
Yes.
And that The Way We Were was one of them. You had, how many episodes did you do?
I did 6 episodes.
You did 6? Yes. One was with our friend Stax
Yes.
Cordero, who I had on the show a few weeks
Stax.
ago. Love her. Shout out to
love
you,
you,
Stax.
Stax. Stax is so
you produced
talented.
it, you wrote it, again, directed it.
Yes.
And it was just again, as a comic, I was like, during COVID, either there were going to be a lot of pregnancies or a lot of divorces. You know what I'm saying? And you took it to the next level, and you were showing different scenarios. I watched the one with Stax, her being the single mom with the daughter and the husband passing and trying to hang out with somebody new. And, and what I love about your writing is that it's so authentic. And it's, I think, something that everyone can relate to. Do you know what I'm saying?
I try to write from every angle.
Yes.
Where, whether it's a child, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, everything that everybody can relate to in whatever scenarios.
Right. And speaking about children, again, another shout out to you, because obviously we in the acting entertainment world need something to supplement our work when we're not working to pay the bills. And I want to thank you as a special education teacher, because it takes a very special person to work with children with special needs. It's not an easy job. A lot of my friends do it, and it's very, very challenging. So kudos to you, my friend, for
Thank you.
for doing that for many, many, many years.
Many, many, many years.
He started in diapers.
Oh yeah, it's all coming to an end now.
But COVID Stories was, again, you also keep very current. And when there's something going on, you're like the first one jumping to the front of the line and trying to get it out there before anyone else does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you and I have discussed some topics.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just thought of this, I just thought of that. And I'm like, okay, great, let's do it. Let's just do it, because you gotta get there before someone else does.
Yes.
And that's how it works. 2021, you did Now is Not the Time. Now is not the time? Is it Now? Now is not the time? Which was a short. You actually acted and wrote it?
Yeah, that was Now.
No is not the time? Is it No or Now? I don't know. I put both. That was 2021. But you wrote it, you acted in it. 2022, Love is Love.
Yes.
Which was a short. You
co-
also co-wrote that.
co-wrote
and
that.
you directed. It was directed by Alex Hugo, right?
No, that was
That was-
actually by Lourdes.
Oh, which one?
Lourdes Biggio.
Which one did Alex direct? Do you know? I thought it was that one.
No, Now is not the time. That was Jermaine Smith.
Okay.
And Love is Love was Lourdes Biggio.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then that brings you to Paper. Paper, people, Paper.
My
Rise
baby.
to the top. That is his TV series. This is like, leave that up there, please. This is a drama. I know I brought a little humor to it, but this is almost like Power Book, right?
It's almost pretty much
It's
like
almost
it.
like a Power Book. And this you started a while ago. I know we filmed this
Yes.
2 years already ago.
3. I would say even 3.
Is it 3 years?
Yeah.
Damn,
it
I know you
was-
that long already.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But Paper is
Yes.
great. Thank you for that. And I don't know how I think you contacted me on
Yes.
Facebook. We were friends on Facebook. You contacted me. You said, hey, I'd like you to play the secretary in Paper. And, you're like, I think we need a lot of comic relief.
We put a little twist to it.
And we put a little
everything.
twist to it. And I remember the scene that I did. It was
Oh
in the
my
office.
God, it was so hysterical.
And
Oh
all I
my
remember
God.
is you yelling cut, and everyone starts cracking up. And then the girl that I played opposite, she's like, I'm biting the inside of my cheek so I don't laugh. And she's
Yes.
like, you should be on Maisel. And I'm like, yeah, I
Oh, my
should.
gosh.
But it was great. It was a great experience. Everyone, John was on set that day. Shout out to John
Yes.
watching. John was on set that day. And I think he was on set that day with me. I'm not too sure. But there were a lot of people there.
Yeah, Stax was there.
Stax was there,
Yes.
even though I can't remember her being there because there were so many
Yes.
people there. But it's a great series. Tell everybody what awards that show has won.
Oh, yes. We have, we've won Best TV Series and / Pilot
Right?
in 2 film festivals.
Yeah.
Best Ensemble. And it was something. Oh, yes. How could the young, talented Kevin Benscomi won Best Actor.
Yeah.
Such a talented brother.
Yeah.
Such a talented
Yeah.
brother, yes.
It's a great, I think what I love about you too is that you know how to cast. You really do. I mean, you know who needs to play what parts they do, and you're pretty chill. You're pretty chill on the set, which is nice, and you make it a very relaxed set. You know, there's nothing that's tense about it.
Right.
And I think that's what makes us all relax and then just try to put our best out there for you.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much know when you hear someone reading the lines and stuff like that, if they fit. And as other directors out there know, it's a certain look, whatever the part is, the way that person presents it and everything like that. So, you know, it helps a lot too when you know people.
And you've worked with them before, so you
Yeah,
know
so
what to
it
expect
helps.
from them, what they bring to the table.
Right.
You know, how it works, that kind of thing.
Right.
You know, obviously you want someone that's dependable, comes prepared, you know. And then it's nice when you build a rapport and you want to work with those people again.
Absolutely,
You know,
yes.
as a matter of fact, I got a call from Omar saying, "Girl, I'm writing this thing called Me and My Nuts, and I got you in mind to play the secretary, Wanda."
Oh my God.
And I have to say, we're gonna take my next break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about Me and My Nuts. So don't go away, people. We'll be back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Hi, I'm Georgia Rose, founder of Zenkuda. You can watch me on the Soul Space podcast every Friday at noon on Channel 20 for spiritual guidance. And as you all know, that is how I first opened into my own psychic gifts, was through the angelic realm, astrology. So we've got Mars and the Sun together in Scorpio, which creates a lot of combustion. In the astrological world, we call that a kazemi, and tarot. When the Four of Cups right side up, it means we have a lot of choices to make, and we're not looking at what's really being divinely given to us. We're too busy in the busyness of the choices to really see the divine intervention, the divine timing, and the divine guidance. We're the place. Watch the Soul Space podcast.
How you doing? It's Sal, the voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. Greg's watching, everyone's watching. Thank you everyone for watching the show. I feel the love, people. I feel the love. And now we're going to talk about Me and My Nuts. Because, oh, there it is. There's the cast. That's actually for the first episode. We filmed actually 2 episodes. And we're going to be filming number 3 sometime maybe in June. You're already halfway through 4. This man is just a machine. Okay, he's just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. But Omar called me up and he said, I wrote this thing, Me and My Nuts, with you in mind, playing the secretary Wanda. And I want to thank you in front of everybody for Wanda, because she is hysterical.
I couldn't see anyone else playing this role, so I already knew when I was writing it in mind, I was like, I already know who's playing this.
Well, I thank you, my friends. But we have a, so we had a red carpet premiere in Staten, Italy. There they are, Staten Island. Now, if you notice, keep that up, please. If you notice, Wanda, I'm missing from that. So let me just explain what happened. Thank you. Let me explain what happened. That was a couple of weeks ago. And I just got back from Florida late on a Tuesday. And that was the following day, Wednesday. And everything was fine. I was fine. Everything was good. And I put on this beautiful black gown. And I drove 2 hours to Staten Island. And I got there 2 hours early. I got there at 5 o'clock because the red carpet was at 7. And then the show was at 7:30. And we showed episodes 1 and 2. And I just didn't, I knew I was tired. But I just didn't feel right. So I excused myself after talking to Omar. And I went to the ladies' room. And then I came back out and I said, I gotta go back. I went back to the ladies' room. Well, needless to say, I ended up in the ER, and I was dehydrated, and I had a horrible stomach virus that caused something to blink in my system down there. And and Omar came to the ambulance, and I was taken away. And I was so upset as they're pushing me on the way out. I'm like, wait, can we stop in front of the poster so I can take a picture? Because I was here. I have no proof that I was there.
No.
And the EMS guy's like, no, we got to get you in the ambulance. In the meantime, I'm sitting on the sidewalk, and they're like, we can't put you in until you give us your insurance information. And I was like, I could have taken a picture in front of the poster. But anyway, needless to say, Omar kept texting me and checking on me. And after blood and urine and a CAT scan with a contrast and 2 bags of fluid and everything else, he kept texting me, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm waiting for results, and I'm waiting for results. And the sweetest thing anyone has ever done for me, this man, seriously, I get verklempt, because he got me on the phone and he put me on speaker, and he said, the audience wants to tell you what they thought of your performance as Wanda.
They loved you.
And they were hooting and hollering and shouting and screaming and clapping. And I got so emotional because it meant the world to me for you to do that, because I was so pissed off that I missed this damn premiere, because I look good, but I didn't look good when I left.
I felt so bad for you, and I was like, I could not believe that this woman was in the hospital. She's like, maybe I can get out and get back there. And I was like, Theresa, relax, okay?
I was like, maybe I can get back there. And I'm thinking, I know I want to, but technically I can't. They wanted to actually keep me overnight. And I said, listen, I don't live on Staten Island. I live on Long Island, and I need to get back home. But, needless to say, I'm all fine. Everything's good. I lost 3 pounds, which was great. But obviously, the audience loved it.
Yes.
Loved episode 1, loved episode 2. We did show episode 1 at Cinema on the Sound in City Island.
That
Young,
was great.
Old. They laughed the whole time.
Shout out to Jerry Landy.
Shout out to Jerry Landy. As a matter of fact, this Saturday, shout out, if you're not doing anything, Cinema on the Sound, 7 o'clock this Saturday, the 27th. Jerry's showing his short film that I did, I'm in, called Joey. So maybe you guys, if you're not doing anything, come on out. Put up the picture of Omar and I. That is on set. That's episode 2, my friends.
Yes, that is.
Okay, that's episode 2. And thank you. And I have to say, though, it's hysterical. It's funny. The man writes funny. And as a comic, I appreciate that.
Hey, it's hard getting through the shoots.
It is so hard.
JV makes it so difficult because you never know what he's going to do.
You don't. And there was a time when there's one line, because there's one line that I throw to Albania.
Oh,
Shout
my
out
God.
to Albania,
yes.
And, where she needs a bigger jaw.
Yes.
And you're like, keep it.
Yes.
Keep it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, shout out to the whole cast. Like,
The whole cast.
Raheem, our angry guy, and June, our OCD person. Shout out to all you guys.
So basically, it's about a doctor who loses a bet.
Yes.
And he has to take on four new patients, right? OCD, anger management, sex addict, and
split personality.
And split personality, which is played by Omar. He does an amazing job.
Yeah, well, I gotta remember which one I am
as Ray
sometimes.
or Craig. He does an amazing job. You really, really do. And and everyone told me that who did see it. This was submitted in different festivals.
Yes.
So we are hoping that you can see it on Long Island towards the summer. But it's going to be in a number of festivals, and we'll keep everyone posted as to where that's going to be. But tell everyone, what awards and my
Yes,
nuts one.
I have been waiting to say that. I mean, we have been doing our thing in the awards and the festivals. We don't win Best Pilot, Best Film. We won Best Actress by no other than and Best Director for JV.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I was so happy for us, man.
Amazing, amazing. That's the first time I've ever won actually anything, so I'm excited about it.
Yes,
Really
and
am.
we were up
Just to
for
be
4 of
nominated.
them, but we didn't win Best Ensemble.
No, but we won 3 out of the 4,
Yes.
which, hello, that's not
Yes.
too shabby.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And like I said, everyone who sees it, it's just getting great reviews.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
It really is. And that was the New Jersey, you put that up, Carmine? The New Jersey, was New Jersey Film, was it New
Yes.
Jersey? There it is. New Jersey Film Awards. That's what we won. And it really was an honor to even be nominated. And,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
to win, because you text me in the morning, you're like, girl, you won.
I know
And
you
I'm
were like, what? What?
I was in shock.
I
Really,
know, yes.
really. But I love playing Wanda. She's an amazing character. She's sassy. She's feisty. She tries to keep. Look, she's the doctor's right hand girl, and she tries to keep him in line whenever she can. But he's not such a good influence on her either. You know what I mean? So
Very back.
you know, but it's so much fun. But we're gonna keep
Yes.
everybody, updated. As a matter of fact, you can find Omar on Facebook, Omar Moore, and on Insta, it's the paper_series
Yes.
on Instagram, and that's basically. And then I'll post something, he'll post something, we'll share it, because you need to see me and my nuts. Everyone needs to see me and my nuts. We're trying to get a buzz about it. We're trying to get it. We want to obviously try to get it mainstream, whether it's on BET or FX or Stars. We're gonna.
They're not even ready for episode 3. No, they're not even ready for it.
She's gonna bring it. He's gonna bring it.
They're not even ready for it.
This is just getting. Every episode is just getting better and better. And 3, let me tell you something. He's bringing on 2 more patients. And again, I'm reading this, and we have rehearsal twice a week, Wednesday nights and Sunday nights, and it's hard to get through the reading because we're all cracking up.
I know.
And we have a blast on set because that's what we end up doing.
Exactly.
It's just too much fun.
Yes, and listen, my job is getting everything written and getting all the characters together. And, I have to give another shout out to JV because he's been helping me. He's directing it, and I'm like just co-directing
Listen, he
with
kicks
him.
butt as an editing.
And this guy is so talented
magician.
because he's not just directing, he's playing Dr. Wiener
Yes,
as well.
he's playing the major part.
And him and Don are the film company as well.
Yes.
Shout outs to Creative Flow because they
Creative Flow.
Yeah, they do an amazing job on the editing and everything like that. So, more hands in the pot to help makes it all come out nice.
Now you have you started More Than Music production.
Yes.
When did you start that?
I started that, I would say, about 12 to 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to have something of my own.
Yes.
And
I like it. I like
because
More
it's
Than
my
Music.
last
I like
name,
it.
and yeah.
you play on the word,
Right.
your last name, and then it is More Than Music.
Right, it's more than just
you
music.
dabble in everything, so
Right.
I like that a lot. And then the Deja Vu film distribution, are you connected with them at all?
They're actually supposed to be the ones getting paper on Tubi.
Okay. All right. So that's important to know.
Yes, it should be coming soon.
Okay.
And also on Fubu, so
Okay. All right.
we keep our fingers crossed.
Keep everything crossed.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, shout out for Paper, everybody involved in Paper.
Amazing.
Tremendous
Another
series.
amazing. Seriously.
Yes.
I mean, you got 2 hits on your hand, my friend.
Hey,
You
the more the
do.
better. And I got other stuff
It's
coming.
going to keep coming. You guys, the man is filled with stories.
Yes,
It's
yes.
great. No, it's really, really, really cool. But you also do. Okay, I was going to say we don't need to take my last break yet. Another couple of minutes. But you also have also touched upon obviously comedic acting. You also do. You also are an impressionist. You do really? Oh, who you do now?
Somewhat. I do it privately.
Okay.
I do it privately, but I do a lot of different things.
You do.
You know what?
For you, it's more like characters.
Remember the show Living Color?
Yes, I love it in Living Color. Are you kidding?
So I do a lot of different impersonations.
You do a lot of those characters?
Yeah. And
which one was your fave on that show?
oh my God, it was so many.
I know.
And it's so funny. I was watching an interview the other day, and they was talking about Fireman Bill, and they were talking about the one Wanda and no, what was it? The guy, the two gay guys on.
Oh yes. Just hysterical stuff.
Yes,
hysterical.
It was just so
That's
many.
That's when they were kicking Saturday Night Live's ass.
Oh my God!
I mean, they were. They were. You couldn't compare.
It was. I used to set my clock to wait for that to come on because it was hysterical, and there was so many people that got their breaks from that.
Oh yeah.
J-Lo as a dancer, Jim Carrey.
Yep.
The Wayans,
brothers,
Tommy Greer. I mean, so many people got their break from that.
Yeah.
So,
great show.
Yeah.
Great show. It was just a great show. You also did some voiceover. Some voiceover work. You did some voiceover
just
work.
A little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
And host.
Yes, I used to host a lot of different shows, from fashion shows to, talent shows. Growing up, and that's what actually broke me out of, my fear of being on stage, because I remember the very first time someone was having a talent show.
Yeah.
And it was at that theater. There was like 400 and something people in that theater, and the host never showed up. So someone came to me and was like, "Yo, would you mind going out there and hosting the show?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay." I just took it like it was. I was like, "Okay." I took it.
Well, that's how you have to do. You have to jump in the deep end.
And I jumped out there, and when it was over, everybody was like, because I was doing all kinds of things to keep the audience going and stuff like that. And when it was over, people were like, "How long have you been doing that?" And I was like,
first time
my first time."
Wow.
So that really,
that's just professionalism. It just is. It's like taking the bull by the horns. That's like the first time I actually did Murdered by the Mob. Mm-hmm. I had these bunch of women come up to me like, "Oh my God, you were fantastic. You were wonderful." I'm like, "You want to know a secret?" And they're like, "What?" And I go, "This was my first show." And they're like, "What?"
Wow.
I'm like, "Yeah." Mm-hmm. And it's just nice.
It's a great feeling.
It is. And people take the time out to tell you how much they appreciate your work. That's like golden. Mm-hmm. It's just awesome. Hey, you know what's golden? I gotta take my last break. But more with Omar. More with more. More with Mr. Moore. More with Omar Moore. Don't go away. Back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Hey everybody, it's Theresa from Ttime. What's my show about? I interview people in the entertainment industry, producers, directors, actors, and guess what? My show is on every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on Channel 20 on Optimum TV. So tune in because it's fun, interesting, and exciting.
Who's the best comedian you know?
Teresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Teresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Doc, who's your favorite Jimmy?
Teresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrow.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight because my friend Omar Moore is in the house. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a director, he's a producer. He does it all. So tell me, because we were talking about Me and My Nuts, which is like the hottest funniest TV series out there, okay? And we are going to try to put it on as many platforms as we can because everyone needs to see this. We all need some comic relief these days.
Yes,
so
indeed.
tell me, how did you come up with Me and My Nuts? And how do you come up with most of your work?
Well, when I tell people this, they look at me in amazement because I tell them that it's sent to me in a dream. And
Wow.
I keep books everywhere in the house.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I mean, my lady could tell you I keep books everywhere
Because when you wake up, you got to be able to jot it down before you forget it.
let me tell you, I am always, I mean, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, it's like God won't let me go to sleep until I get up and start writing it.
Wow.
And it's like he nudging me like, get up. All right,
Right,
put this
right,
down
right.
before you forget
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So I get up and I start writing, whether it's 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I get up and start writing it, starting it. And then when I get up, I start finishing up, outlining it,
Right.
putting it down. And I tell you, it's so detailed. That's the crazy part about it. It's so detailed when it comes to me.
Yes.
And I can have like 2 or 3 projects in mind that I want to do right now. And then he'll push something else. Because this happened with a play that I did, What If? And I had something else in mind
Yeah.
to do it. And then he pushed this thought of this play called What If into my head. And I couldn't stop writing it. So I had to get it all out
Right, right,
before I
right.
could move on to anything else.
It's amazing.
So, hey,
It really
thank
is
God.
amazing.
It's a God-given gift. And
It is. It really is. And
Yeah.
you, again, Me and My Nuts is there are nuts, actually, edible nuts that is symbolic in the show.
Yes.
And mental health is not something we are making fun of.
I'm so
And I
glad
want
you said that.
everyone to know that. And at the
Yes.
end of the show, we do put up a hotline for
Yes.
mental health. So it is also caring about that community as well.
Right,
Which is
exactly.
very important.
Right. I'm so glad you said that because the first thing I thought of was that I know people want to think that, oh, he's making fun of mental illness, but I'm not, because as you can see, that the doctor comes with cures that are legitimately able to work
Yes.
on a patient.
On each patient.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's important.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me, do you see yourself doing anything with theater in the future?
Absolutely. So I have 2 plays that actually Gladys Cummins want me to bring out to Connecticut. One is Back in the Days, where we talked about.
Right.
And Secret Confessions.
Ooh.
Secret Confessions is a play that I love doing. Shout out to Tanisha Pearson. Is a play about a woman abusing her husband.
It happens.
And it
happens.
Listen,
I've never personally done it. Okay.
I haven't been on
But
the other end of it.
I dreamt of it.
But I remember doing it in Yonkers at a festival for
Okay,
plays.
Yeah.
And after the show, I had 3 guys come up to me.
Yeah.
One was about 6'2", the other one was 6'5", and the other one was about 6 feet tall.
So they were all 6 foot or better.
They told me that they could laugh at this now, but they lived through it.
Wow.
And I was blown away when they said that. I was like, what? And they was like, yeah. They was like, I can relate to this because look at me. I can't go to the police.
No. And they can't even raise their hand to defend themselves.
Because the woman
They're
that
in
they
the
were
wrong.
with
Yes.
was like 4 something
Well,
or
anyone's
5
vertically
something.
challenged next to them.
And they were like, I would get laughed at by my friends if I said anything, or if I went to the police, the cops would look at me and be like, are you kidding me?
It's embarrassing.
But
And
it happens.
It does happen. There are men out there that are very abused, whether it's physically, verbally, mentally. It doesn't just happen to women.
No. It happens to men more than people think it does.
Yes,
but
yeah. It's almost like a silent abusive situation.
And it starts out just like any other situation. It starts out verbally and then goes to physical.
Escalates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So that is Secret Confessions.
Secret Confessions.
So that's already done?
Oh, it's written already. We've done it several times before.
So you want to
but I'm bringing
resurrect it?
back.
You want to resurrect it?
Yeah, I'm bringing it back with a new cast.
Got it.
And it's so funny that you said that because I was actually thinking about you in one of the characters.
Well, you know I'm down for live theater. Are you kidding?
Yes,
And I've only performed stand-up once or twice in Connecticut. So yeah, I'd love to. I got family there.
Hey.
I could put behinds in the seats.
Hey.
Behinds in the seats. All about behinds in the
She'll
seats.
be glad to hear that.
Hello? Yeah, I could do that for you, Gladys. I mean Gladys. Yeah, Gladys, right? Hello. So when are you thinking about bringing that back there? Because you got a lot on your plate right now.
I know. Well, we would have to start rehearsing and everything. So it probably wouldn't be until the fall.
So it's not a comedy.
Oh, no, it's not. It's some comedy in it.
Well, I'm sure there's a little comic
some
relief.
comedy in
You got to
it.
throw a little comic relief in
Yeah,
there.
but yes, it is definitely more of like drama.
Right.
And it really hits people. And sometimes I worried about, I had to do the same thing I did with Me and My Nut.
Right.
As like a disclaimer at the end.
Yes.
Because I don't want people to be dramatic from it,
Yes.
from who suffered,
Yes,
you know, through the
absolutely.
same situation.
Yeah.
But it hits home.
Oh yeah.
It really
I'm
hits
sure
home
it
with a lot
does.
of people. So
Yeah.
who's actually lived through it, you know.
Yeah.
So
And this came to you years ago. As
yeah,
a
that came to
dream
me
also?
years ago too.
That's
and
amazing.
One of the crazy part is I wrote that in a week.
Wow.
In a week.
Wow.
Because it just kept pouring out of me.
And how long is the?
It's about, I would say, maybe
show?
an hour, 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You do an intermission with that?
Yeah.
Because you had an intermission this weekend, right?
Yes.
You did an intermission. I actually. How you feeling? Intermission.
Yeah.
But that's nice, you know, especially when you know it worked before, you know it's going to work again.
Yes. Oh, please, let me tell you. I actually played the husband that gets beat up.
Really?
And Tanisha Pearson.
Yes.
Tanisha Pearson.
Yeah.
She plays the wife.
Okay.
And she's about your height.
Okay, she's vertically challenged. I'm 5'2".
Yeah. So she's a little spitfire as well.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I was like, look, see, because I remember a funny story that, her husband used to tell her, you know, he called me, he was like, Omar, listen, I think Tanisha is liking this role a little too much. All right? Because she is really into this thing.
She be practicing at home?
Yo, let me tell you, on stage, she gets a little too into it. I used to be like, okay, Tanisha, hold back, all right, with the hitting and stuff.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But, you know, it's all in love and everything. And it's just to create that atmosphere to let people, you know, make it look believable.
No, but you do want people to be in that moment
Yes.
and live it with you.
Yes.
It's
Oh, we could tell because the
It's
audience
so
was
emotional.
like, you know, the guys, they were getting frustrated because they're like, how you letting this little woman beat you down? I'm like, listen, it happens.
It
bro.
does,
It
though,
happens.
but it does. And I think, you know, it's a subject that's not touched upon, and kudos for you,
Mm-hmm.
to you for doing that, because it needs to be put out there.
Yes.
You know, there are a lot of topics out there today. You know, we have this woke society, and everybody's so sensitive, and, you know, and as a
Yes.
comic, as a performer, you know, like I said many times on my show, we go out there to make jokes, to make people laugh. We don't do
Right.
anything maliciously or with, you know, bad intentions. And, you know, some people,
I feel sorry for you guys.
they get a little twisted,
Yeah.
you know, they get a little twisted. And it's like, you know, people, you come into a comedy club, we try to make people laugh. And, you know, I don't do politics or religion. Those are the two things I stay away from. I don't need to discuss either one. And people have lost friendships over 40 years over it, which is crazy within itself. But, you know, there are some topics that need to be touched upon. So,
Right.
like I said, kudos for you for doing that. And I'm looking forward to Secret Confessions.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. So, again, we're going to start filming Me and My Nuts episode 3. But, again, everybody, check out Omar Moore on Facebook, and it's the paper _series on Instagram. He's going to post stuff. I'm going to post stuff. I think we showed everything else, right? I think we showed everything there. So listen, I have 1 minute left. Okay, first of all, before you put that up, thank you, my friend, for doing this for me.
Thank you.
I love you. I appreciate you.
Same here.
Okay, so I'm closing my show with a beautiful picture, thank you, of Robert Mann. Robert Mann was my very first mentor and my very first teacher, dancing teacher. He owns Robert Mann Dance Center in Bayside, Queens, and I was 4 years old when my mother put me on his stage, and I stayed there for about 14, 15 years, all throughout high school. So I was with Bob from the time I was 4 up until 17, 18 years old. Bob passed away at 79. We had a wonderful, beautiful service for him in Bayside at Sacred Heart on Friday, and my beautiful friend Grace Guidotti Matranga sang the service, and it was a beautiful, beautiful tribute to him, and my friend Maria DeMarco was there. And Bob, I just want to say I miss you, I love you, I hope you're dancing up there. And everybody else, thank you, Carmine. Everybody else, I want to tell you, thank you for watching Tea Time. I appreciate it. Remember, tell everyone you love them. And I'll see you next week. Ciao, everybody. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.